Okay, Chizi, welcome back. Yani, we've been talking. If you're catching us on this episode, go back and watch the other episodes. We are in the mix of things. A good one. So we've chucked Songa Songa. Actually, we've chucked Sana Sana, huge on radio. And then now we've chucked Songa. Songa.
Right.
Actually, it's just called Songa, eh?
It was just called Songa.
So, yeah, featuring...
But the chorus had the double.
Featuring Nema. And Leia.
And you know what Kanji had taught me? He had said, as part of the record deal, he said, go to your friends and get all their emails and get all their numbers. And you have to come with a spreadsheet that has 500 emails and numbers. So I had gone to campus and to church before the release of these songs. And I had a spreadsheet. I had basically collected guys' numbers and emails and phone numbers.
Yes.
I had a list of 350 something.
So what are you to do with these things now?
That's how we were selling the record. We were calling guys.
I tell them, hey, do you want to buy the hottest thing on radio?
This is Dan. This is Dan. How are you? How's life? Can I sell you my album? Because now the album comes out in November of 2005.
Yes.
We haven't released. When you see me at that gig with Milele,
yes,
we are preparing to launch the album.
Yes, because that was January 2015, you're right.
Correct. Well, 05.
Yes, yeah, I mean, sorry, 05.
So we're getting ready to release. So then we released the album in 05, November, where we've been doing this circuit. Now the song is just big. So,
first of all, let me ask you, how did you then, you see, because now you're saying Dan Aceda.
Yeah.
I know you as Chizi.
Yeah.
Explain to us where does Chizi come in all of this?
It came from high school.
Oh.
And the nickname was given to me because of the... So, as you know, I'm a bit of a Renaissance man. I'm into multiple things. And I've always been like this. So in high school, I was like creative writing, poetry. I was sportsman of the year. I was a captain. Like I was doing all these different things. Because like this guy is a crazy guy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it came.
Okay, I get it.
There were two guys named. Me, I was Chizi 15. Then there's another guy, Chizi 17. Anyway, it stuck and I never got out from under it until Hivi Majuzi. I said, okay, enough. I'm not really that special. It's life. Interests are interests. So now we are selling the album under Suluwe. And it's come. Now we have to chase down all those contacts and sell. So let me tell you, I was coming to people's houses and delivering the music and collecting 500 bob.
Yes, it was 500 bob.
Then I was going to people's churches. I was performing in churches. Like I would go to a church in the morning and do 8 o'clock service, 10 o'clock service, 11 o'clock service, 12 o'clock service and sell CDs.
You're on the church tour. You are also on something called Ruka Duka.
Correct, where we were playing. That was Kanji's initiative to play at supermarkets. So we were playing in supermarkets. Lifestyle.
Exactly.
Sarit. We used to go set up a band and play. And it was working.
It was.
We were going to these places, we were playing and we were selling albums. And we're actually selling albums. Like it's not, we were actually selling albums.
It wasn't a game here.
It wasn't, and the goal was to sell albums. So we were all ready to sell.
In fact, your album had, if I'm not wrong, 15, 16 songs. Was it?
Yeah, it was a very long album.
So, 2 of those songs, there's one you went back to, a guy you had mentioned. In fact, that's why I got introduced to him, Richard Kasika.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I'm trying to wrap up the album, we have all the songs. But I was really keen on working with Kasika again. This time Kasika has come from Dove Awards. He's gone to LD to help set up Fish FM. I think he's left Fish FM at that time. He's in UG. So I find him in transit. He's like, oh, I'm traveling from here. I'm like, you have to come to the studio. What do I do to get you to the studio? So we find a way to grab him, and eventually he comes to the studio at night and we work on that track. Your Way, it was one night, beginning to end.
Was Blackman in the production as well?
Yeah, now I'm only primarily working with Blackman.
Oh, so Richard never produced, he never did any production?
Never touched the song. in terms of production. He came, he sang, he left.
Mara nyingi huzuni hufunika mazuri Mola ametupa, tumepambana siku nyingi, lakini matunda hatuoni. Kweli ni yapo yamejaa, tuwe na subira, furahia maisha, furahia uhai. Yo, won't you stop and smell the flowers? You might learn to see the colors, discover why the sky is blue. Smile at me, I smile at you.
He went on with his trip, and I was very honored to have him on our album because I was begging to have him on the album. Meantime, we have another fight. I've sung another Zouk jam that's hot with Devi. I've told him now, don't change the Zouk. This thing is hot fire. I've sung it. It's so nice. I'm so happy with it. I'm like, finally, a Zouk track is entering the album. I got to campus 2 days. I come back, I find Waire did a verse. The track is now hip hop raga.
Yes.
There's a new song. I am flying off there. But now I can't hate because Waire is such a big supporter of my music, and I consider him the person who discovers me. Because if he didn't stop that day, I don't have a career. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, the album is now set. We release the album.
Hold on, that song, was it Pa?
No. It was track number 2.
No, that's Pa.
That's Pa. I don't remember.
Oh, no, yeah, but...
Actually, I should remember the title of my own music.
Yeah, funny.
Let me find it. I have to Google. I have Google my own work.
That's what happens when you have 4 albums, eh?
Kumekucha. The song is called Kumekucha.
Yes.
That was a Zouk track.
Piga miu, hamasisha, kumekucha, jua limeangaza, ukungu umeinuka. Kumekucha, yachana yamepita, tuangalie mbele. Kumekucha, inuka, jiondoe, piga moyo konde. Kumekucha, kumekucha, kumekucha. After the darkness, a brighter day. Every new day we come with a brighter way. What have you been through, we gone away. Every stone that you turn shall be cast away. Rise up, little princess, you know you got a whole lot of dream only you can make true. Only person with the key to your future, be yourself. A whole heap of blessing by yourself. Kumekucha, jua limeangaza, ukungu umeinuka. Kumekucha, yachana yamepita, tuangalie mbele. Kumekucha, inuka, jiondoe, piga moyo konde. Kumekucha, 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 inuka, jiondoe, piga moyo konde. Kumekucha, kumekucha, kumekucha.
It was a fire Zouk track. Fire!
What?
And when I came back to the studio, Kumekucha had changed. Waire had a whole verse.
This guy used to pull fast ones on you,
Yeah. I've come in the morning, the song is mixed, it's finished. The album is finished, we are going. So we released the album.
Wait, tell me about Pa. Then now we can go to release the album.
Pa, the one that's on the record.
Yes.
On
What's
Suluwe.
Kanji on that one?
Kanji. So Pa is the second song we ever record. After Wacha Waseme, we record Pa.
Oh, so that's the ones which still stayed.
Correct. But then it was going to be kept on condition that Devi would make a new version. Because the Pa version was very, what that time people are calling fusion. Mm-hmm. Right? But now
Afrofusion.
Well,
now.
I killed fusion.
Yes, you
These days it's all benga. I forced you to say benga. Yes, I'm happy to say I killed Fusion. Sorry to those that were affected. It's now Benga. So yeah, so then Devi made a remix, which is what stayed. And Devi is a rapper on that song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Devi does a rap verse in that song. That one was actually the easiest song for us to do. I think by the time we were doing that song, we had reached a working, we had found a way to work together.
Many things are gonna get you down, many people gonna beat you down. Nobody wants to let you fly, all of them are gonna make you cry. But you gotta keep your head up high, God's never gonna let you die. All your issues will pass away, God's gonna make it okay. Unaweza kupanda milima, unaweza kupaka mandege, unaweza kushinda vitani, unaweza.
Mawazo akilini, miaka 5 kijijini. Waza jinsi utatupa noti mfukoni. Mama mchanga, mtoto wa wanga, kitumbua mchanga, fikira tu za panga. Lakini pana jali, kwanza kaa chini panga. Magoti kwa mchanga, dada angalia baba. Kisha nyosha mabawa kama ndege wa anga. Ruka.
Unaweza mama kupanda milima, unaweza kupaka mandege.
But let me say this, I don't think people understand. You guys introduced your own sound. Before that, there was no hip-hop version with,
Yeah, there wasn't
with what guys now call Benga.
No, it wasn't there. Wasn't there. Actually, not just our sound. We brought what people are playing now. Because we were the first people to actively look for that crossover sound. Actually look for it and actually build it.
Yes.
And I remember trying to get people to listen to our stuff at the time, and they used to tell us our music's too complicated. But right now, if you listen to everything that's coming out now, like 12, 13 years later, like, yeah, that's the stuff we were writing.
It's true.
And we tried to get you guys to listen to us in 04 and 05, and we couldn't get through the door. We used to come to the Mlango, to Agonga, couldn't get in.
So this album launch of yours now?
So we do the album launch very smooth. I mean, we had the usual drama where the CDs arrived at 7, the album launch was at 7:30.
Thank you, Bongo.
Bongo Bana. Aye. We had issues, you know, we figured it out, but, you know, by and large, it was, of all the album launches I've seen in my life now, that was very smooth. We did it, we sold a bunch of records the first time. It was at Live at the Village. So album comes out and now we begin to actually do the work of sales. So we're trying to sell the album. The studio had to move. Oh, interesting story. We had a song in the back of the record called Umbrella.
Yes.
That was never called Umbrella until the day the artwork was done. But that song was like a very jazz, it started as a very jazz construction of, we were trying to make Fred Hammond, Hezekiah Walker kind of track with Aaron.
Yes.
And we had built a pretty neat track. And then towards the end of the recording of the album, Kanji walks in the studio one day and says, I need to listen to some rapper here. Do you guys have anything that you can listen to? Then David Mudam tells me, no, there's another track that these guys did with Aaron. I think can be, is he a good rapper? Yeah, bring the guy. So then this beat is put on. And me, I'm like drawing on the wall, watching this whole thing. And there's a rapper apparently rapping his demo. He's coming to the studio to demo his
music.
His music and to look for a record deal. And he raps. And then I'm told at the end that his name is Riga.
Yes.
And that the verse is done, he's going to
be
stay in the... But it was a great verse. Yeah. It was a really good verse.
Mimi na amani nitamaliza safari. Oh Lord, nitamaliza safari. Wendo ni pole pole, pole 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 pole. Nitafika kule kule kule. Oh yeah yeah. Oh Lord, nitapeperuka nitapeperuka.
opening formula or a punchline. I'm gonna pick up the mic and give you this one rhyme. Cause I'm in samehe yote niliyotenda. Na nina imani mbinguni tutaenda. When I look at the sky, I wanna cry out. Swing low, sweet chariot, swing low. So I could be carried up into heaven we will go. So then we'll be able to see his liberty for sure. Cause hapa duniani temptations imenishika. Siko kwa wingi hadi wadi wanaudhika. Pray and stand your ground every day, and then you'll be sure to get to heaven anyway.
Nitafika kule, nitamaliza. I don't know how you thought of delivering that verse, but it's a great verse.
Yeah.
It worked. It worked for the song. And the guy was like rapping on over all that jazz sound, and it sounded brilliant. And so I'd never met the guy.
That is.
By the time I hear the final thing of this thing, I'd never met him. I saw Riga for the first time after the album had been released. I saw this is the guy. This is the guy on that song.
That is hilarious.
Because on that day, Kanju was just like going, chap. So that guy entered the studio, the other booth.
Yes.
I never saw him.
Yeah.
And after I finished drawing, I left before that session was finished. Because like I can't take these guys changing the track again.
I'm gonna.
So I left. When I come back, the song is finished, it's on the album, it's being duplicated. Riga is on the song.
That is insane. And then, in fact, because you've mentioned Riga, let me just fast forward, then we can come back. Yeah. Then later on, you did work with Riga.
Yes.
In fact, you worked with both rappers, A-Star. On
Yes, so now after that, I'm told that there's some new guys who come to the studio. So I'm like, who are the guys? I'm told, Riga, who you know? I'm like, who's Riga? Okay, this guy. Then told me there's another guy called A-Star who's also coming to the studio. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm told vaguely of another guy called Giuliani who's also coming to the studio.
Yes.
But now the studio is moving. So we're moving from one place to another. So we wait until the studio moves and we got this new spot. Then in between we are playing a gig. I was playing a gig at Bapo. And Riga came and he did a verse like in other stuff.
Yes.
And then Giuliani was there also. So then I put him on stage and he also.
Yes.
But he's like just coming onto the scene. And then it's like we're now in 06. There's talk about an album for Atemi. We're doing all that TPF stuff. We're working on all of that stuff. We're writing the music for TPF. Kanju's writing and singing that jingle. As we're working on many other things. Mavunoshi project is coming, so we're working on that. But in all these things, Giuliani and Blackman and A-Star and Riga are doing all this brilliant music. So like the music is coming, it's like, wow, this is fantastic. And that sound again is the sound that's now being played. You guys were ahead. And because then that sound that you guys are doing is now like hot now. Like guys are talking to us about this fresh sound.
So that's how now you ended up, because first of all, I remember we needed a chorus. In fact, I had done Nimechoka. The reason why I tell you about that studio in Karen,
right?
I had used the guy in Karen. I recorded
that song
on Nimechoka. And then Blackman had it. He said, this is too hip hop. You need to make it Afro hip hop. And I'm not recording this with B-Mac. I'm recording with a guy called Chizi.
Okay.
Again, I'm like, you guys just do what you want. You know, the Black one.
Yeah.
Black one, in fact, owned my album more than me.
Correct.
And you came to the studio.
Yeah, he gives me a call, tells me I need to sing a chorus. I say, okay, I come. He gives me, he plays for me the song. I say, okay, how long is the thing? What are the lyrics?
Yeah.
And then guys like, we can sing what we want, but generally, like, you know. So then I think eventually, were you in that session? I think
No, I was not. I was not.
Somebody in the session must have been Jege. Someone in the session says, sing Nimechoka.
Yeah.
He kind of figured out the song is called Nimechoka.
Yes,
so sing,
exactly.
Whatever you sing has to have. So then we work on this song. And again, but you see by now, David and I are very close.
Yes.
So we have developed a very deep understanding. I know where he's going, and he knows where I'm going. So by the time he's showing me the track, I knew where I could pull
to the
melodically. I was like, I'm gonna pull this thing this way. So then we sing Nimechoka na maisha ya uhayawani.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Mambo na 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 kitana na kiwani.
Yeah.
Ni wapi? David's like, what are you singing? Wait, I finish.
It was wrong. I was drinking, smoking, I was getting it on. I was driving drunk, lost, but now I'm finally home. Yes. Nimechoka na maisha ya uhayawani.
always like, it works. I'll ask the guy. Yeah. But this time I don't think we've met. Because then we meet after...
I've seen you, but
at the studio.
Yes. No, I've not met you because you are the gods.
Oh yeah, we are the gods of the time.
We're the girls with albums.
We're the girls. Me, Elon, Aaron.
Yes.
Exactly. Guys with albums at the studio. So see the wale.
So we are black man's guinea pig. And that's now when we finally meet, and I'm just like, yeah, these guys, I know. I knew you, of course, because you were the reason I came to Kijiji.
Yeah.
But now that's when we properly met.
Yeah.
But then, after that, you then went and, because now I started working on my album at Super Space.
Yes.
Then because I'm working on my album at Super Space, the Riga is like, these guys, I've been here longer than this guy. I need to start working. And it's when you come back and now drop another monster.
Ibada yangu. My goodness. And that was very interesting because I thought that the progression was similar to a song we had done with David before. When I first heard the song, I was like, hey, this sounds like, it was like, shut up, you're mad. I told him, it's okay, let's just move on. So then Riga, so now we've met with Riga actually, we played, like we've been in spaces together, so I know the guy a little more. So he tells me what he's thinking. Now he was at the session in the garage, pale.
Yes.
So he came and told me, okay, this is what I'm trying to go. I'm going to go with it this way. So we really have a nice session. And then we sing Ibada yangu. And I think at the time, I don't know if I brought anything musically to the track more than I brought a name. Because it was, Riga had sang that chorus.
Yes.
So I was just going to add a few things. Like I added 2 or 3 melodic things. And then the song was, I smash it. Like it comes out, problems.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Big song. And now he starts to work on his record.
Vipi najua wastahili, lakini sijui mimi natakikana kufanya nini ili niwe kifaa, kitu cha kukupendeza. Nataka sana tukubaa, jo hata ukikaa enzini ukiniona utapata hamu ya kutabasamu. Ibada yangu yote iweka harufu tamu, yote ninayofanya, yote ninayowaza. Kweli Mungu wangu, wewe ndiye mfalme, siwezi kufahamu kiwango cha nguvu zako. Hivi mimi binadamu mwenye dhambi naweza kuja hapa kusimama mbele zako? Ni kufunga idadi ya mara ninazoomba au ya nyimbo ninazoimba? Ni matendo kutoa pesa nyingi kwa sadaka au kanisa ninazojenga? Si matendo menyokoa kwa neema, ndio maana moyo wangu unalia wewe ni mwema. Si matendo, ni maisha yangu yote, naomba nikuabudu kwa kweli siku zote.
Usiku na mchana nitaimba na kupenda kwa moyo wangu wote, kucha kutwa na kupenda. Hey, maneno tupu si ibada yangu, ni moyo wangu wote, maisha yangu ni ibada yangu. Hey.
But at this time, Kijiji is now changing strategy. So there's a lot of like conversations around that time where we're changing strategy. It's not really going to be a recording studio. It's going to do different things. Yeah. So people are kind of having conversations on their contracts. Yes. And there's conversation about being released.
Yeah. No, even before being released, there's a bigger thing that you did. And you mentioned it in passing as a pass-by. Yeah. You guys started working on this thing called East Africa's first live DVD recording. The Mavuno Worship Project.